Perpetual strife is a symptom of our perpetual separation. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. We're going on in the story of Daniel, but we're going to chapter 7 now, looking at not statues, but now animals or beasts that parallel the kingdoms that are mentioned back in chapter 2. But remember, these prophecies give us a picture into people. And so now we're about to see how, because of humanity's perpetual separation from God and from his salvation, it leads now to a perpetual strife. So now we're in Daniel chapter 7, and this is a vision that Daniel has, and he's not interpreting it for Nebuchadnezzar. He speaks and says, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea, winds blowing on the sea. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made to stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. This beast parallels, this lion-like beast parallels Babylon. In fact, that was the official animal of Babylon, this winged lion. But that was not the last beast. Hey everybody, if what you're hearing is a blessing, glory to God. Be sure to hit that like button. And of course, let's stay in touch. You can do that just by clicking subscribe to the channel. And not only is this study here, you can go to the website where there are videos, thousands of videos just like this, changeministry.org. And then finally, the only thing better than being screen to screen is face to face. We love to come to your church, your school, or group, even at our own expense if necessary. So to get that started, all you have to do is send us an email, and that email address is contact@changeministry.org. Because in verse 5, behold, another beast, a second, like a bear. It raised up itself on one side and had three ribs in the mouth, in the between of it, the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. After this I behold into another a leopard, which had upon the back of it four wings of a fowl, and the beast also had four heads, and dominion was given to it. And after this I saw in the night vision, behold, a fourth beast. Behold, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake in pieces, and stepped upon the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. So we go from a lion to this bear with three ribs in its mouth, to this leopard-like beast with four heads and wings, and then finally a beast that kind of is beyond description. We'll even now call it a dragon-like beast. Each of these successive beasts parallel each of the successive kingdoms in the statue. Medo-Persia is that bear with the ribs in its mouth. Then you have the fast leopard-like kingdom of Greece. It rose fast through Alexander the Great, but it was eventually divided amongst four different leaders. But then finally, that dragon-like beast. And this dragon beast parallels the empire of Rome and how it was diverse. While it came from, in some sense, it was different than all the others before it. Because Rome eventually goes on to unite this civil authority with religious authority. And that's how we get not just the Roman Empire, but even the Holy Roman Catholic Church and its leader. So now, all of this perpetual strife, this rising and falling of kingdoms, not God's plan. While he's revealing it in prophecy, it was not, and it is not his original purpose, but he allows it to happen. Again, what do we see in ourselves in this story? To show when we are perpetually separated from God, it's going to lead to a perpetual strife. In Psalm 65, the psalmist says it this way, by terrible things in righteousness wilt thou answer us, O God of our salvation, who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth. Now, he truly is the confidence of all the ends of the earth. Whether or not we choose that, he is. It goes on to say, and them that are afar off upon the sea. So it's speaking of us. It's speaking of humanity as being like this sea of people that's rafted away from righteousness, which by his strength sitteth fast the mountain. This is speaking now again of God, being girded with power. And now in verse 7, which stilleth the noise of the seas, the noise of their waves, and the tumult or the tumult of the people. Our tumult, our strife can only be stilled by the one who's all powerful. When it comes to salvation, I'm talking about eternity. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. It doesn't matter who's in Congress. It doesn't matter who's in Parliament. It doesn't matter who's on a throne. Instead, it's who's on the throne of our heart. He's the only one that can still the sea. And to prove that he is that one, he prophesied to show us this is why we are where we are. This is what's going to happen in history. But he wants us to see history now as his story. He wants his story to become our testimony, to let God be the one to still the sea, not just of this world, but the sea of our hearts.